I have a friend who every year grows the most beautiful dahlias. Dinner plates the size of your head, colors that are just almost unbelievable. Well, this summer I got a call from her. Carol, I'm moving to the West Coast with my kids. Will you take care of my garden in the fall? Whew, fall is my most busy time because I have a huge garden and lots of preserving to do and lots of my own fall cleanup. But, well, of course I said yes because this girl can't say no. And so the other day it froze. Yeah, here we go. And I knew I had to get those dahlias out, and I got her email too saying, hey, go get the dahlias, will you? So I went and dug them up. And now you and I are going to learn how to save them over winter. I've done this before, but I want to teach you in every zone how to save your beautiful dahlias so you can just increase the different kinds next year with your money rather than spending it on, buying the same thing over and over again. I think the moral of this story might be you help someone out because it's the right thing to do, and then look what you get rewarded with when you're not even asking for a reward. It's amazing how God and friends work, isn't it? Hi, I'm Carol. Welcome back to Almost 2 Acres. Today I'm answering the question, how do I save my dahlias for next year? The way to do it is different if you're in Minnesota versus California or other zones. The answer is we have to save these beautiful babies. Let's do it. First, let's talk about their origins. Dahlias are native to Mexico. They evolved in a climate without hard freezes. When temperatures drop below about 25 degrees Fahrenheit, the tubers freeze, turn to mush, and that's game over. In zones 8 and warmer, you can often leave them in the ground with some protection. In zone 7 and colder, you need to dig them up and store them indoors. Zone 7 is the tricky one. It's a gamble, and a lot depends on your specific microclimate and how much risk you want to take. The other thing to know, dahlias need a period of dormancy. In warm climates where the ground never freezes, you actually need to force them into dormancy or they'll exhaust themselves. If you're in zones 3, 4, or 5, there's no debate. You're digging those tubers up. The question is just when and how. Wait until after your first hard frost has blackened the foliage. This is usually late September through October, depending on exactly where you are. The frost signals the plant to move energy into the tubers. If you dig too early, the tubers won't be fully mature. Cut the stalks down to about 4 to 6 inches above the ground. This gives you something to hold on to and also marks where the plant is. Use a spading fork if you have one, rather than a shovel. Work in a circle about 12 inches away from the stalk. Dahlias spread, and you don't want to slice through tubers. Carefully lift the entire clump. Gently shake off loose soil. You don't want to wash them. In fact, some people, like me, say never wash them. The soil helps protect them during storage. Wait a few days to store until the cuts seal over. This prevents moisture from getting into the crown. You can divide now or wait until spring. I personally choose to wait until spring because I like to keep the clump all together with a little dirt holding it together so it keeps moisture during the winter. If you do decide to divide now, make sure each division has a piece of the crown and at least one eye, that little bump where new growth emerges. No eye equals no plant next year. Use clean, sharp tools. Let cut surfaces dry for several days before storing. Storing. This is critical. Your storage area needs to be cool, 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and relatively humid, not bone dry, but not damp. A basement is usually perfect. Too cold and they freeze, too warm and they sprout or shrivel. Some people say to store in barely damp peat moss, vermiculite, or wood shavings. Some use newspaper. Some swear by leaving them bare in cardboard boxes. Honestly, all methods work if the conditions are right. I must say that I'm a peat moss girl. Check monthly through winter. If they're shriveling, mist lightly or add a tiny bit of moisture to your storage medium. If you see mold, increase air circulation and remove any affected tubers. Zone 6, folks, you're in the frustrating middle. Some people successfully overwinter dahlias in the ground here. Others lose them. It depends on your exact location, southern zone 6 versus northern zone 6, your soil drainage, snow cover, snow is insulation, how established your clumps are, and your risk tolerance. Option 1. Leave them in the ground with heavy mulching. After the first frost blackens the foliage, cut stalks to ground level. Once the ground starts to freeze, pile on 12 to 18 inches of mulch.
Leaves, straw, wood chips, whatever you have. The goal is insulation. In spring, remove mulch gradually as the weather warms. Watch for shoots. Success rate? Maybe 50-50. You'll lose some varieties. The most cold hardy types, often smaller flowered varieties, do better. Option 2, dig and store. Follow the same process as zones 3 to 5. This is the guaranteed method. Yes, it's more work, but you won't lose a single tuber to cold. My advice for zone 6, if these are expensive varieties or your favorites, dig them. If they're less precious and you've got backups, you can gamble on in-ground overwintering. Zone 7 is where in-ground overwintering becomes realistic, but you still need to be smart about it. Option 1, in-ground with mulch, which has a higher success rate. After frost kills the foliage, cut to ground level. Apply 6 to 8 inches of mulch after the ground cools, but before it freezes hard. Ensure drainage is excellent. If your dahlias are in heavy clay that stays wet in winter, your failure rate goes way up. Option 2, dig and store the same as zones 3 to 5. Honestly, this is overkill for most Zone 7 gardeners unless you're experiencing an unusually cold winter. Many gardeners here mulch everything, then dig up only their most expensive or precious varieties. It's a nice compromise. Congratulations, Zones 8 to 9 warm climate gardeners. Your dahlias can almost certainly stay in the ground, but you still need to think about dormancy. Option 1, in-ground dormancy. After blooming slows in late fall, stop watering and fertilizing. Let the foliage die back naturally or cut it back after it yellows. If you're in the warmer part of Zone 9, you might need to actually force dormancy by cutting off water completely for 6 to 8 weeks. Mulch lightly, 2 to 3 inches, to protect from any cold snaps and suppress weeds. In late winter, early spring, pull back mulch, trim any dead foliage, and resume watering. New growth should appear. Option 2, lift and divide every 2 to 3 years. Even in warm zones, dahlias benefit from occasional division. Clumps get congested and bloom quality declines. Do this in late winter during dormancy. Lift the clump, divide it, replant with fresh compost, and you'll get reinvigorated plants. In zones 10 and warmer, you're dealing with year-round growing conditions. This is actually tricky for dahlias because they need dormancy to reset. Here is the forced dormancy method. In late fall or early winter, stop all watering and feeding. Let the plant completely die back. Yes, let it look terrible. Cut it to the ground. Leave it dry for 8 to 10 weeks minimum. This is the rest period. In spring, resume watering. New growth will emerge from the tubers. Then there is the lift and store method. Some Zone 10 plus gardeners actually dig tubers, store them in a cool spot, like an air-conditioned room, for 8 to 10 weeks, then replant. This mimics winter dormancy. Without some form of dormancy, dahlias in tropical and subtropical climates become exhausted, bloom poorly, and decline. Before we move on to spring prep and troubleshooting tips, please subscribe, and if you like, give this video your thumbs up. What method will you try in your zone? Regardless of your zone, when spring rolls around, you need to prep for planting. A few weeks before planting time, take them out of storage. Inspect for any rot or damage. Cut away problem areas with clean tools. If you didn't divide in fall, do it now. Look for those eyes on pieces of crown. This is actually easier in spring because the eyes are more visible as they start to swell. Some people pot up tubers indoors 2 to 4 weeks early to get a head start. This isn't necessary, but it does give earlier blooms. If you left them in the ground, once danger of frost has passed, pull back mulch. Watch for shoots. If nothing appears after a few weeks of warm weather, carefully dig in one spot to check if the tubers survived. Sometimes shoots are just slow. Let's talk about what goes wrong in storage. Shriveling. It's too dry. Lightly mist the tubers or add slight moisture to your storage medium. Don't soak, just barely dampen. Mold or rot. Too wet or too warm. Increase air circulation. Lower temperature if possible, and remove affected tubers immediately before it spreads. Sprouting, too warm. If they're sprouting in January, your storage area is too warm. Try to cool it down or pot them up and grow them as houseplants until planting time. Yes, really. Total mush, they froze. This is heartbreaking but unfixable. Your storage area got too cold. Here are some helpful tips for you. Label everything. Trust me, that gorgeous peachy dinner plate you loved, You'll forget which tuber it is by spring. Use permanent markers or plant tags attached to the tubers. The bottom line, saving dahlias isn't scary, but it is different depending on where you garden. Whether you're in Minnesota digging every tuber or in Florida forcing dormancy, there's a method that works for your zone. The reward? Not having to buy tubers every single year, being able to divide and share with your friends, and watching your favorites come back bigger and better every season. Until next time, let's grow dahlias and save them for a beautiful season next year.